go.
I was doing my fearless girl pose. I don't have any people around me, so I'm unmasked for a minute. So we are at the entrance to Shakespeare Garden. We're going to be taking a little walk through Shakespeare Garden in just a minute. This was dedicated in 1916, so that was 300 years after Shakespeare's death. When we walk through, it is done in the style of an English country garden, and a lot of the plants that you see in here are plants that are referenced in Shakespeare's either sonnets or plays. You'll actually see some plaques as we go through. It's a beautiful, beautiful spot. Depending on the time of year, sometimes you'll have things more in bloom than others, but especially the roses in Shakespeare Garden are so beautiful, and they do have a plaque, a rose by any other name is here in the garden. So not specific to this garden necessarily, but to Central Park and Shakespeare, a little before Shakespeare Garden in the 1890s, a group of Shakespeare and bird enthusiasts decided to release some starlings into Central Park. So they had decided, because Shakespeare mentioned starlings a lot in his works, they really thought we should have these birds that were talked about by Shakespeare here in the park. They released, I've heard varying numbers, 60 to 100. We have over 200 million in North America. They are not native to this continent, and they are considered pests, but I think it was kind of well-intentioned. They just wanted the Shakespeare birds, is all. All right, let's go walk through the garden.
Yep, caught all that.
So this is an example of, I say there's some plaques throughout. This one says, "Where the bee sucks, there suck I, in the cowslip's bell I lie." That's from The Tempest. So in an area where you have that, you would have cowslip's bell, for example. So they do try to place them according to where those particular plants might be. I've always loved that there's a sundial here, because it's not actually in direct sunlight for almost any of the day. There's a lot of beautiful tree cover here. Makes reading a sundial very, very difficult. Here's another one of our plaques. Here's flowers for you, hot lavender, mint, savory, marjoram, the marigold that goes to bed with the sun, and with him rises weeping. And that's from The Winter's Tale. There's a few more all throughout the park. I just wanted to show you a couple of them so you had an idea of what we're talking about when we say plaques with verses that match the plants around. I just wanted to point this out. You'll see these all throughout the park, the Central Park audio guide. So you'll find these at strategic locations all throughout the park. It says dial and discover. But these are audio guides that you can get on your phone. They'll be narrated by different people. This one's Marcia Gay Harden. Then any place you see one of these throughout Central Park, if you want a little more information, check that out.